This is Culture Cast TV. I'm your host, Brother Six. I'm here with a very, 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 very special individual. From open gym to his own artwork that he creates, to stage control, to just an all-around promoter, to just a good guy. We have NatureBoi in the building today.
What it did?
Man, what's going on with you? You had to
Had to
get
get right.
got
Got the emotion. You feel me?
Yeah, man. So you've been doing the open gym for 5 years. I just want to get that.
Yeah.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah. It's been 5 years. Yeah.
Okay. And before the open gym,
we had other shit going on under other names and shit like that.
Okay.
Open gym is like open gym. When I started, like my son was about to be born, and in my head, I'm like, I'm on my way out of this music shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I was like, you know, with my experience throwing shit like that, I was like, all right, this will still keep me tapped in. Cause like you're never really out of it.
Right.
When you're in it the way I am, you never really can be out. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna throw this little weekly open mic, and you know, I know enough artists the way they come out, and so we was weekly at this bar. It was like called Wicked Bloom. It was probably fit like 50 people in there.
Like a hole in the wall.
Yeah, like a little hole in the wall junk. You know what I'm saying? $5 to get in and shit, or just simple shit. It was a lot less people, so people could do like 2 songs and shit.
Right. And really get their thing off for a second.
Yeah, and it was really simple, man. I really got the vibes from when I was going to Atlanta a lot. I was like, man, that city's so intuitive to independent music. Like you go get a slice of pizza, they'll let you hook this shit up to the aux and play a song, like type shit. I done been to clubs and, you know what I'm saying, different bars where it's like, yeah, you get a drink. Go take your drink over to the DJ, give him your song, he gonna play it.
Okay.
So it was just like, I was like, damn, like, it's a demand to express.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, everybody might not want to get famous or might not want to take it to where they got to take it to be a career artist.
Right.
But I was like, everybody want to express themselves some way.
And that was a good.
So that's the premise of Open Gym is like, this is where you could come express yourself and everybody on the same shit you want. For the most part, because everybody got different aspirations. But the basis of all this is that, yo, we eye level when it come to that part.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So it definitely was thought out. It wasn't something that just.
Yeah, it's everything I do, for the most part, be calculated, which make people unsure about me sometimes. But it's like, I'm calculating for the right shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm not calculating to get over, because I could have been calculated that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially, you know how I go, artists don't like to read or do research or nothing. So, like, if I really wanted to get over on people, I could every day, and I can make a lot of money for it. You know what I'm saying? But that, I don't
It's
sleep.
not really serving a purpose. And I feel like that's the reason why you get the love and the recognition that you get back is because you don't find too many people like you. It's a lot of people that do what you do, right? It's a lot of them, but not too many people are that genuine to where they're not trying to fuck you over. Yeah. So it's like, it's almost like impossible for you not to get what you get back because of that.
Yeah, at that point, if you're not fucking with me, you hating. Or you got something going on with your self-esteem, or because I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really not on no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I sacrifice my lifestyle to do some of the things I do, and, you know, just time and energy I could be putting towards myself, and I don't want no kudos for that, because that's my choice.
Right.
But it's like, this who I am, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I be telling people, like, look, I'm around the industry. Like, I'm different from them too. You know what I'm saying? Like, they be on my ass, some of my OGs in the game, all that. Like, why don't you charge for this and do that and do that, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, yo, nah, like, I get that money later. I ain't trying to get all that nickel and dime here. I feel like I'm gonna get that shit later in a big lump sum and security and just all that shit is gonna be secure and good because of the foundation I built. A lot of people like forget you could get to a point, you could shoot up to a point, and then if you don't got no foundation, that shit it's gonna be easy for you, just that easy for you to fall down.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's why this shit add tight with Open Gym, because everything we've been doing, Like we might have the alignment with Live Nation, but that wasn't like no gimme or no nothing. Like we had to work, scratch, get ignored after working and scratching,
Right.
get carried, watch them give other people the red cut, all that. Like we had to go through all that to get where we at. And even now, like this is still a proven moment after working with them for 5 years on other stuff. I still gotta constantly prove myself.
Okay, so that's not something that just came about. That was actually something that was already, you already had affiliations with them in some way.
Yeah, like before Open Gym got as big as it was, we was feeding Live Nation opening acts.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I had a relationship with a dude who started off as a talent buyer. He had just got there. He's a dude that wanted to do his job, but he wanted to make a difference too. So I'm like, look, Live Nation is the head honcho of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all really don't have no ties on the micro level to the community or anything like that.
Like, I get exactly
your acts
what
come
you're
through
saying.
town, get the money, and then they gone.
Right.
Like before, it used to be like posters everywhere. They gonna hit the local college joint. They gonna do a sign in. It was like a lot more community based.
Right.
But now their tours come through, get their money, and they gone.
They gone.
So I said, this will give you, you know what I mean? This will give you an opportunity to, just make your imprint on the community, and it's value in it. Once you
get it a little closer. That's good.
Yeah, so it was just like, yeah, y'all got time before the show start. Most artists don't go until a certain time. Like, if you still gotta check with the tour managers and the artists to make sure it's okay. It's not something Live Nation could just do. So everything had to be like stamped by the tour. You know what I'm saying? And the way that happens is electronic press kits, EPKs. So then we started educating artists on the importance of a good electronic press kit, because that's how you communicate with the industry. They don't know. You can't just send them a link and be like, yo, I'm tight, put me on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's certain.
They want to see your resume like a job. You can't just roll into a job like, I'm gonna get the work done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They
need to see
exactly
what from your past, how you present yourself is gonna make them believe that, because they just meeting you.
Right.
So we do that. Certain shows, it'd be like, hey, we got an hour of stage time, 2 hours, whatever. It's like, bet. I holler at people in Open Gym. Yo, you got your EPKs. I do who I think of fit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Musically. Because
Where
you
it
as an
makes
artist, they'll open for anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, fuck it.
Right. But it got to make sense for you,
Yeah,
too.
musically, it got to make sense. Because you want the people that came to see the headliner to like them, too.
See, I'm so glad you just said that.
Right.
Because I went to a Griselda concert before all of this. Wes came to D.C.
And
Now,
Howard,
no, it wasn't at Howard. It was at
Echo Stage.
Echo Stage. It was at Echo. So when he did that, everybody was dope as shit, but I couldn't hear, what's his name? What's the other dude's name? Not Stove.
Rome?
Yeah, Rome Streets. I couldn't hear Rome Streets. I couldn't hear him. It was like, I love Rome Streets, right? But I couldn't hear him. And then it was the opening act they had. The opening act didn't have nothing to do with Griselda.
Yeah,
it was like
Doe B.
Yeah, it was like bad. For me,
Doughboy,
that was bad. I didn't think Doe B was necessarily so bad. It was just for the Griselda, the people in the building, they was ready to walk out.
Yeah, I think they thought he was going to bring another
Type of crowd.
type of demographic to them, and it was just so
It was weird.
contrast. Yeah,
It was weird. And when I came to the Stove Guy show that you put together, it was like I was appreciative for that so much more because of that situation.
Yeah, it was
because
cohesive.
who you put in front of him, it made sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's aligning with the.
It's on the same frequency.
Yeah, it's right there. So if you're not doing that, I really don't know what you're doing.
That's because a lot of people, like, it's money first. So a lot of these shows you go to that's thrown by independent promoters, a lot of those big openers are paying. You know what I'm saying? Which, they gotta recoup as a promoter. It's hard out here for us because, the good prices go to the Live Nations and the IMPs and stuff like that. The people that are bigger show, like, they can lowball people because of their network, their circuit.
Right.
We ask the artists what they want. They're going to give us the max price, the big price, and you're going to have, like, this much room to turn a profit. If you don't, you got to sell out to turn a profit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's me being an artist, but also being a promoter. I just be seeing the sides of everybody, like not condoning how everybody responds to the circumstances, but I see what cards they dealt to where they gotta move a certain way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and you can get that experience and use it for yourself without even really having to go through all of those bad experiences per se.
Right. It's like I just understand, like, from all sides, and that's why I think stuff I do is it works a certain way, because it's like I understand as an artist what we want passionately from the heart, what we want. Also understand the business of what needs to happen
for it to actually
be successful and work and make sense for everybody. So I'm constantly in that place in the middle with everybody, where I'm like, yo. And I make the choices based off of that. So sometimes artists be mad at my choices. Sometimes, you know.
Right, I was about to ask that.
Oh yeah, artists be mad at me all the time. They never not gonna be mad though, because it's like artists are very selfish.
You have to be.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's cool to be selfish, but you just gotta know when to turn that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to be for yourself. It's cool to be, you know, just all that's cool. It's a time for all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, you know, it ain't always time for that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you mind if I go live?
Yeah, right, most definitely. It's been a last couple months for me where, see, I got to give a little backstory on this. When I came back into doing my podcasting, I hit art. 23.
Okay.
So
good brother right there.
I did a show with them, and they had a show where it was opening up for Stove God. And I'm hearing his name, NatureBoi. Now, I already put out in the universe that I needed to meet who I didn't know was NatureBoi before I met you, because I am very serious about getting the DMV out there with having a funk flex, somewhere you can come to put your shit down, and we stamped. We already stamped.
Right.
We already are stamped. It's just we need that home that is the real home, somewhere we can thrive at.
Need that foundation.
Yeah. And when I met you, I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker's already doing that. Like, he got the home. He has the content, the real personal open mic experience, to where that, you said it while you was on stage, where if you're not getting off stage and having a conversation with somebody, you tripping, because it gives. I've never met that many people on one event where I was actually friends with them in real life and on the internet. Like, that doesn't happen. You might meet somebody and be friends with them on the internet, but not really in person. Like, that's how we move nowadays. So to have somewhat of a homey experience, and I, just walked into it like that, it was real special for me. So I just had to let y'all know how big it is for me to have NatureBoi in the building right now.
I'm glad to be here, man. For real. Like, I don't get to do this much. I don't get to. That's why I go on live and just rant sometimes, 'cause I don't feel like
you be going crazy.
I be going in sometimes, because I'm like, yo, don't nobody call me to talk about none of this shit. Don't nobody want me to talk about how none of this goes down. They just so I appreciate you, you know what I mean, extending your platform to me too, man. This means a lot, for real.
I appreciate that, man. So we got the open gym 5 years and counting. So I heard you on the live going off. You said that, you don't really, the open mic is a great thing, but that's not what keeps you going with it. Like, it's other things that you do because of behind the scenes work. I want to know what that looks like.
So when I said that the open mic don't really keep me going, I meant more so, like, in a sense of, like, I'm an artist, right? I'm not, like, I didn't set out to be like a record exec one day, or I always knew I'd be involved in music, but I wasn't, like, my dream is not to be a host of an open mic.
Right.
I don't think that's really anybody's
right,
dream.
right,
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I said that, it was more so like, there's a lot of energy you got to deal with being at the front of something like Open Gym. You got to take on a lot of different battles that you can't really foresee. Right. People's energy, how people feel about just open mics and people that throw shows in general. And so I was saying on that live that if it wasn't for people that speak life into me, around me, in the industry, friends, family, just spiritual advisors, like I would have been done Open Gym because of all of the different type of energy I gotta face. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you before, like a lot of artists are passionate about what they want, what they think they want, what they think they know. And they'll give you that energy, you know what I'm saying? And because you feel like I got empathy for them, I'm like, man,
because you're an artist.
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, you just don't know how good this situation really is for you, but you taking out whatever you experienced on me. I get it, but it's just like it's hard sometimes because I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm a nigga too. Like,
so you're a person too.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, fuck that shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be like, I ain't with none of this shit. Fuck y'all unappreciative. Y'all did it. Like, I'll go into that mode, but like for the most part, because I got people around me that'll keep me focused on the good that it's doing. I'm able to just, you know, sleep on it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a lot to this that is past having good music, getting likes, having a blue check, and performing on any stage. It's so much more to it. It's so much that goes into it, especially if you want to be independent and you want to really have creative control of your situation.
Of your own stuff.
Yeah, like it's just a lot of hard work that I think people don't really understand and aren't really willing to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want shortcuts and they just, you know, so it's just... It's hard to deal with that sometimes because it's like I come from a working background. You know what I'm saying? Everything I ever got in my life. You
had to work hard for it.
Everything from sports to music to
me too.
Life. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I just had to work for it. So like I'm never going. If you want to know something from me, I'm never going to give you the easy way or a shortcut. I'm like, well, this is how you
the real shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how to build from brick one. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not some people's.
That's not their formula.
That's not what they looking for from me. You know what I'm saying?
So how did you stand out with the Open Gym at first? Like how did you make that possible for yourself? What was it about NatureBoi that your Open Gym is obviously way better than It's almost like I don't even know about no other open mics. You know what I mean? Because of that.
Nah, you know, it's just like it's an extension of myself. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I think that people sometimes forget, and myself included, like why you start something, why you start doing something. What's the drive? What's the engine behind? Like why did you start? Why did you pick up a mic? Why did you start doing music? What did you? So I like make that the base, the love for it, the culture, the shit like that. I make that the base of what I do. So I don't feel like I need a sales pitch. For that. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're being genuine.
And I'm okay with like, that's the thing. I'm okay with like the slow grind. Like I know that some people gonna look Open Gym's way and be like, oh, ain't no execs coming over there signing nobody. Ain't no big head honcho in the building. Ain't no da-da-da. Ain't nothing like that there. I don't even care. It's cool. Because I love to see the feeling of the pendulum swinging when they gonna have to circle back.
Because you gotta come through.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gonna see this in its effect one day. There's no such thing as no to me. It's only just not yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this may not be for you yet, but I promise you. You know what I'm saying? This is way bigger than just the short sight you're giving it. You know what I'm saying? So what helps it stand out is just keeping those elements alive. Like, yo, I want people to come have fun. I want people to come. We need practice. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I think, feel like they're going to go from their bedroom with no practice. You know what I mean? And just get on stage and be ready and turn it on.
Everything
you know what
takes
I'm saying?
preparation.
Yeah, like,
everything.
You know, I think a lot of people think that. So I was like, yo, I want this to be a place where people can get that real time practice, too. Because it's hard to be in your mirror just practicing and practicing.
You need the real effect.
Yeah, so I wanted to have something where people come in, you know what I'm saying, can perform, not only practice on stage, but like practice work in a room. Because that's the other, like 10% is the is the talent. The other 90% is
the
what
stage control.
Yeah, it's the in the room control. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you work a room? Can you? Is it showtime once you walk into the building, or you got to walk to the stage? You know what I'm saying? And in my life, it's showtime soon as I leave outside of my house. I can make an impression. You know what I'm saying? I've built a lot of relationships with musicians where I never really had to even tell them I do music or anything. I let them find that out last. And that be like the cherry on top.
Right,
where
right,
they like,
exactly.
They like, yo, you do all this, and you do music, and it's lit, da-da-da-da. So, like, it's just all of your strategy on what you think your strengths are. You know what I'm saying? But I just care about artists. You know what I'm saying? But I also care about good business.
Right.
I care about good culture. You know what I'm saying? And, like, I just keep my head buried there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always fine-tuning that. And I feel like once you do that, the whole big picture kind of sharpens itself up because you taking care of the little things that don't nobody think about. Like Open Gym, for instance, even when we were in a bar, I needed to have dope sound. So when we were in that bar, I would bring my own speakers, but I had the speakers with the sub and wireless mics.
So you always took it serious. It wasn't never just
it never was no just you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And now where we at now, I don't do anything that isn't in a live show venue.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like I gotta be in a venue where they do live shows at. Because to do something at a bar or club now was like, you know, it's cool. But it's like, if I want people to get practice in a real experience and put them in the best place possible to network.
Right.
Because every time we do a show at a live show venue, their staff's there.
See, and I think that's the part that people overlook. Like it may not, and it may be a big exec there. You don't know who's there, to be honest.
You don't know who's what.
But that genuine connection, that's everything.
Yeah.
Like that's the part you don't get everywhere.
Nah, because you don't know who people gonna be later. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the stuff I'm, you know, able to maximize now with people that weren't who they are today when I met them. You know what I'm saying? They were like just started, like I told you with the Live Nation relationship. I didn't start at the head, but now the guy that I'm dealing with, who used to be the boss of the guy I dealt with, he's now the vice president in 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even know.
So you the better
I ain't even know that for real until I didn't never pay attention to his position or how he was. You know what I'm saying? Getting
that shit was working out in your favor.
But we just had
time.
a personal person-to-person connection. You know what I'm saying? And like I kept him, you know, up to date on what I was doing with Open Gym and stuff like that, and I always let him know, like, yo, if you need anything, that's the thing. I always create value. I'm like, yo, if you need artists to open these ticket sales up a little bit more.
Right. You hit them where it hurt. You know,
you where you could be helpful at. Like this is Live Nation. They don't need me.
Right.
They can afford anything. They can
Use
resource
anybody,
anything.
right.
Yeah. But if you know the spots where you could be helpful at, it's like, yo,
That's
I
a
see
huge
such and
point.
such coming to town. What's the ticket sales on that?
That's a huge
Oh yeah,
point.
I'm sure y'all not happy with that. Well, look, I got somebody that can move 50 to 100, and we whoop whoop whoop. And you know what I'm saying? You just keep yourselves in spaces where you can be helpful.
I think you just gave me a huge gem right there. The huge gem you just gave was, if you can find value in a way that you can provide it, not something that somebody else can do, not something that you can copy and emulate. Because I'm being honest, like I've copied and emulated a lot of things, right? So when you said that, it kind of just hit me and stuck that it's really about finding that value where you can provide it.
Yes, sure.
And if you can do that, you're 9 times out of 10 going to be successful in whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah, like, cause you know you got to think, most of the people you want something from, they don't need you.
Exactly.
They don't. They already. You want something from them.
Right.
So like, they don't need you per se, but everybody has, you know what I'm saying, that void.
Right.
That could be
of
filled.
something.
You know what I'm saying?
Something.
And sometimes that's just being a person. There's so many people I connect with where it's like they don't got enough people in their life that are just a person.
Right.
Like they got plenty of industry connects and
Right, but
workers
not enough
and
real
coworkers,
people.
But they don't have nobody that's. So it's people I just built with because I'm like, yeah, like I never asked them for anything, and then one day they just like, yo, so what can I do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
Right.
because
right.
you just
Right.
they see you genuine. Like it's just, you know, and it depends on what type of person you are. So I think sometimes people take that phrase, your network is your net worth, too far, where it's like, all right, well, let me just network with as many people as I can and build my net worth that way. And it's like, nah,
Right.
it's more, there's more worth in this besides your network. You know what I'm saying? Just networking. Because if you networking and not following through and building with these people, all those contacts mean nothing.
Right.
They mean
At
they
the end of
literally
the day,
mean nothing.
you just got them in your phone.
Yeah, like I know everybody. I'm 6 degrees of separation from everybody. I could hit anybody I want in the industry through somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it don't matter.
It's
You know,
not really
it really
beneficial.
don't matter. Nah.
Right. So are you excited about this Godfather album coming up?
Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy? Is like my music is just so like my creation and all of that is just so like a part of me. Like I don't really move like in an industrial way with my music. Like it's really art to me, you know what I'm saying? And like it's really like this
You taking your time on it.
Yeah, this particular project is like it's therapeutic for me. You know what I'm saying? It was therapeutic to lay it down and then to see like cause I'll play something for a year around people.
Just see how it is.
And see what it is. And the fact that like people around me were playing it more than me, I'm like, they like, yo, you got something. So then we started playing it for other people and their reaction was the same way. And I'm like, yo, okay, like this is people feeling me on this one because this is my most personal, vulnerable music. You know what I'm saying? Like this is,
so you learned something yourself on it.
Yeah, like
and it's not even out yet.
Because I don't do music for people. I don't do music with people in mind for them to like it. I make music when it's just pouring.
When it
out
feel
of me.
good to you.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? I do so much business and so many other things that like I really get the music when I get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't set up sessions and then I record all my own stuff. I make all my own beats, stuff like that.
For real?
So yeah, like I don't, you know what I'm saying?
So like Blouses, you did.
Yeah, I did everything.
Wow.
Yeah, all my music, like all 5 of my albums, like I might grab a beat from a producer here. Like I literally out of 5 albums, I might have like 2 or 3 beats from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like I make
it's parts to you that you is not even really out there.
Yeah, I mean it's like
that's like Kanye. Shit.
It's like if you know, you know. You know
right.
Like
you know.
people who follow me musically know what time it is. But like if you met me through Open Gym or stuff like that. When I'm at Open Gym, I'm at Open Gym. Like I bet I really just started performing on Open Gym stages because my peoples asked me to.
Right.
Like, yo, you wanna do a song, yo?
Right,
like what
nigga.
you about to?
Like we need you at some point.
Yeah, so then I end up doing a song or whatever. But other than that, like I don't, you know, when I'm at Open Gym, cause that shit's all a different mode for me. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm at Open Gym, I want Open Gym to run right.
Right. You looking at everything everybody not.
So I can't really, but when I'm in my artist mode in my bag, I don't really want to worry about none of that other stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing when I DJ. Like I can't DJ your show. And then you'd be like, oh, but my DJ rap too.
Right.
And I step from behind the decks and all.
Right.
Like I can, but I'd rather not. Like the experience.
So ask this for the Stove God joint when did you appreciate that or was you really not even trying to perform there?
Nah, that was hard.
You felt good about that? Okay, because
I
I did.
Fire.
I thought that shit was hard as shit.
Like I love Stove God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I love his music, all that. So for him to in the middle of his show, to have me come out in the middle of his show, you know what I'm saying? That was like, and he hadn't heard
none of your music.
I don't think he did. You know, you never know.
Right.
But like, he wasn't like, yo, you gotta be tight or da-da-da.
Right.
He was just like, so yeah, like even the next day when I saw him in DC, he like, first thing he said to me when I saw him, he's like, damn, I didn't know you had it going on like that, God. Like, and I'm thinking he talking about the show. I'm like, nah, Baltimore fuck with you. Open Gym fuck with. He like, nah, I'm talking about you, nigga. Like, you rapping. Like, they screaming your shit, all that. So I'm like, oh yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And he one of the like first people I sent the album to when I got it done. And he listened to it and all that, told me what he liked and was reciting lines and all that. So that was love to have an MC I respect.
Nah, for real.
Listen to my shit and be like, nah, you talking, God. You know what
I mean, bro, the work that you've laid down is very unnoticeable. You know what I mean? And I mean that from it's like I mean that from a global point. It's not like I feel like if anybody meets you and they see this story, it's like, damn, like I gotta know this nigga. I gotta meet him because the stuff that you have with you and then the genuine that you following it up with, you right there. You already have done things that considered, in my book, you already there. Like you've already done, you know, you've done for the city what I'm trying to do. So to meet you, it was like, boom, like great. It's like the accomplishment is already there.
Yeah, it's
you see what I'm saying? It's already done.
in motion. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't, you know, understand being in motion while it's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they get
we
stuck
kind of
in
look
that.
at stuff once it's done and be like, oh, and pinpoint it. But it's like, you know, I feel like what's happening now is like, it's like the Renaissance. You know what I'm saying? Just everything's happening right now.
Yeah.
The new, the new blood's coming in. The old ways are being either respected or thrown out. You know what I'm saying? Depending on where they kind of. But I think, you know, for me, it's just, I was just born at such a unique time to where, like, I was born to be a culture baby. I respect the culture. I was born when hip-hop was growing up and really mainstream, and then I watched it change.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying?
To what it is
I
now.
keep watching it change. And I'm watching the industry change, and I've always been a student first. So it's like, I didn't put my first album out solo until I was like 27. You know what I'm saying?
But you have been rapping for a long time.
I've been rapping in groups.
Forever.
I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've done things. I've been in bands, all that. But, like, I'm such a student of this where, like, I'm always watching and learning even now. And that's why I think I'm always, like, wherever the curve go, I'm going with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm my
and not
instinct
that you're like following it like that. It's just that's the genuine thing
I call
for you.
a lot of stuff before it happened. I'm already
You already ahead of the game.
Yeah, a lot of stuff I be ahead of my time on. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I just live in that. I don't, you know, it ain't really much else to it except I live and breathe it, and then I exhibit it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it just comes through everything I do, from my music to my platform to my mentorship.
Right.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
you have a
saying?
mentorship.
I mean, I done been a part of everybody's story somehow. You know what I'm saying? Directly, indirectly.
Right.
You know what I'm
No
saying?
matter
Like,
how you say
I
it.
always looked at myself as a mentor because I just always had a lot of experiences to share.
Okay.
And I think that's what makes you a mentor, not really your age, not really
Right,
your
not actually a
status,
label of
but
it.
yeah,
but
your experience.
Your
You know what I'm
experience.
saying? If you have experience and stuff, and you can help the next person, you can spark them, and maybe they can get past what your experience was. That's kind of how I look at it. Like I don't want to tell people from an end all be all standpoint. I'm like, look, I've been through this. Maybe this piece of info can help you surpass what maybe I've seen or been through or whatever. Because, you know, that's what it's about, just elevating and elevating as time goes on. We all got a shelf life, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
So I want to know about Sweezo. How what's that connection there? You know, where the background.
Sweezo, that's my
I like his energy. That's why I brought him.
Yeah, no, that's my brother, man. Like Sweezo, so Sweezo is a fire ass creator. He's an artist,
And I can
he's
see
a
that.
creative. Like he one of them people where anything he do is gonna be lit because
Yeah.
he just
Right.
gifted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I knew about him. We had mutual parties trying to bring us together, and he was kind of in a place where he was like, yo, I'm not really fucking with no open mics or showcases like that. Like I told you, the energy I kinda have to deal with out here. He was kind of on that, and you know me, I'm patient. I'm like whatever. I'm like, yo, I meet who I meet. I do it.
Right.
So it wasn't no issues, but then I guess he had enough people on him that's like, yo, you gotta
Meet him.
You gotta come
Right.
check out Open Gym.
Right.
Da, da, da. So he did stuff the right way. He ain't coming off some like, yo, my mans know you put me on. Da, da. Yeah, I mean, at the time we had this recap thing where, you know what I'm saying, we had the regular entry, but like we used to do recaps. So I get my videographer to shoot your performance. You'll get a flyer. We used to do interviews.
Oh, that's
stuff
dope
like
as
that.
shit.
Yeah, so
That's
like,
dope.
he got one of those every time, and he would just kind of do his business right. And then that's kind of how he got under the same roof But he was doing his own shit, throwing his own shows. He was always curating the experience. Like he used to throw these shows called Sweezo Land, where it was like, it was on some other shit. Like it was just an experience.
So it's almost like destined for y'all to meet.
Yeah, like it just happened naturally, and then pandemic just sat everybody down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, you just connected with some people fell off. Like a lot of people fell off from open gym. Like they just thought we was dead. You know what I'm saying? Because a base of what we did was performance in the open. Everything was shut down.
Right.
So in everybody else's eyes, they like, oh, this shit over with.
Right.
What's the next thing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he, at that time, he had came through. He was like, yo, I want to get some beats. We recorded some songs together. He was like, bro, I'm shooting videos now. He was like, yo, I'll shoot you a video because I know if I shoot your video, other people going to want a video from me. Just straight up. He's like, I'm not trying to charge you nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I was broke, so that was perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that is one thing about me. Like, if I do something with somebody, whether people say it out loud or not, that person is going to get business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because what people will, yo, I want that NatureBoi package.
Right.
For him, I want that too. You know, it goes on all the time, and we not even. I just want y'all to know we not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm an ambassador. I know I have an ambassador flow to me because it's like if I do something and you can buy it, it's that was for sale.
Right.
You know
Everything for sale.
Everything for sale. So you know he did that, and then this is around the time I started going to Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
Which was,
See, man, you giving it all up.
Go
ahead.
Which was random because. You know, it was just at a time where everything was shut down here. Everything was shut down everywhere. So I'm like, I hit my man. I just get on Facebook one day. I'm like, yo, what's up? What's out there? Where should we bring open gym to? And one of my mans was like, yo, I'm out here with my girl in Kansas City, Missouri. You should pop out.
Shit.
So I'm like, all right. So he hit me. He like, yo, I got this guy who got this spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but maybe you could talk to him. Right. So he ended up going to an event of the guy, putting him on the phone. The guy had just opened up this spot. It's like an auxiliary spot. It's like an art gallery or something. But it was right on the strip, Westport Road, which is like the strip. It's like their U Street. It's like you know what I mean? Like it's where it's going down at.
Right.
So he like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You could come check it out. And I think his attitude was probably like, man, this nigga ain't about to come from Maryland.
He let to really come. He didn't even really expect you to come. I flew out the
next day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm coming.
Right.
Popped up on him. He like, oh. So, you know, shout out to this dude, Rob. I don't do business with him no more because of some other shit, but it's all love and respect when I see him. But he was the guy that, like, gave me my first chance out there. So I started going to Kansas City, cold turkey. I knew like 2 people out there. But I started doing Instagram ads. Like, yo, it's open gym.
This nigga is on some other shit, you know right here.
Like, I'm like, yo, we coming. Yeah, man. Instagram ads was cutting through because it was like, it was pandemic. Nothing else was going on like this. And you got to think, when something coming from out of town to your joint and they already look established, we already had the content, they looking at this.
You like you the big nigga.
They like, oh, that's fine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that worked out, and Sweezo was like, all right, I'm going to do your content. So he had shit looking lit by capturing the content at a time where at home we was dead in the water. So it kind of like recharged open gym. Right. Because like before 2020, it was like you couldn't tell us nothing, like where we was going. We had just got the Milk Boy, which was this fire-ass venue in College Park. And our last show there, which we didn't know was our last show at the time, like college students was showing up. Like we had like 300 college students in there listening to independent music, vibing. So it was happening. Right. And then Milk Boy got shut down the next week. So then a couple months go by, and then pandemic. So it just looked crazy. Right. I can see that. We was going from putting up opening acts at the Fillmore and other big places like pretty much every month, shows at the dope venue, to like everything dead in the water. I couldn't get people to join an open mic on live for my life during the pandemic. I used to do music reviews on Clubhouse and shit, just trying to keep open gym's name. Right. going.
See, and that's the beautiful part about stories that I love, right? It's like you think that the world has fucked somebody up. And that's always that person, like a Kanye, right? Like the backlash he's receiving.
Yeah.
Watch his next work. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That may be what he needs.
Yeah,
we're
gonna see, because that is looking crazy for him right now.
But I feel like those were the beautiful stories.
Yeah, that's where you know, that's why I always just kind of like, before I ever speak on a situation, I just see it through. Because you never know
what's gonna happen.
That's how God works. Like God, it'll be crazy, and you like, oh my God, and then boom, at the last minute
when you're ready to quit.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, man. Shout out to my bro Sweezo.
That's
man.
what, and I asked you that for a reason.
Yeah, nah. He's a pivotal part, just because he's an artist who I feel like he's lit on his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't need Open Gym to be lit.
Right.
But he definitely buys into the concept of Open Gym and like building a platform that we all can stand on and be lit together. So I always appreciate that from him, because he got it, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I gotta sometimes keep that in his mental, like, yo, cause he's like me. We'll play team ball. You know what I'm saying? We can step out of the star role, and be Pippin.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So sometimes I gotta be on him, like, nah, I don't need you shooting here tonight. I need you to be Star Sweezo.
And that's the next gym right there you just gave. Because when I came to the Open Gym, I saw how much he meant to it just by looking, just observing it.
Yeah,
right, I just could see how much involved he is with what you're doing, the Open Gym all around. So I had to, out of respect, ask, you know.
You saw him call me right now, right? We here, like that's, you know what I'm saying. He had me in his wedding, like that's my man.
That's what it is. That's what it is. So this Live Nation Fillmore event, December 17th.
Yeah, man. The biggest.
The biggest.
The biggest, man.
Nah, for real, man. Tell me about that a little bit, man.
So, you know, we've been on a run this year. We've been on a run for 5 years, but this run in particular was special because, you know, we set some goals out to be consistent, and you know, we worked through a lot, man. We worked through COVID regulations and, you know what I'm saying, just a lot of stuff. And we did a tour this summer, and you know what I'm saying.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, we did a tour. We brought Lucky 7 from drum work in the town, Stove God.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we did a lot of things this year, and you know, we always how we originally wanted it to work was we were gonna take the acts that we thought were dope from the tour and just put them on a big show at the Fillmore.
Right.
But like, we kind of had lost a little contact with Live Nation, with Live Nation, about if it was going to happen or not and how it would happen. So, you know, in the beginning of October, we wasn't even sure
if it was going to happen.
But then we got the green light, and even then we were going to be like, well, let's maybe wait, maybe we not ready yet. But they assured us, like, they ready to see if we ready. You know what I'm saying? They believed in us. You know what I'm saying? So, so now we here, and we decided to go with the open mic format because that's what got us here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to change what got us to the space. The only thing I changed was, and I was going to change this anyway.
How many songs
was I changed that a while ago because we just had too many.
Yeah, too many people.
It's just too many people coming in for people to be getting 2-3 songs each. Like, you gonna get like 20 artists off. We get like 50 artists off in a night.
Yeah, y'all do be killing with that.
And a great in an experience
Timely
way.
matter.
Yeah, like, you don't feel like you just sat and watched 50 different performers. Like, because we just boom and the energy going. So we decided to stick with the open mic format, but we were gonna bring in this lottery format anyway, because we were doing first come, first serve. And what was happening was people was showing up. Like, doors at 7, people was showing up at like 3. And we'd have the first 50 people 2 hours before doors open. People was standing in line for hours. Which looks good. Looks cool. It looks good for the optics, but like, we knew it was about to get cold That's not something we didn't want to turn people off because some people just can't make it 4 hours out to stand in line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we was like, we're gonna do this lottery thing where we're gonna let everybody sign up and we just gonna randomly pick names 5 at a time.
Wow.
You know
So Art and them got a spot out of that?
What?
Out of that, the lottery. That's how they got to.
What, the Stove God thing?
No, on the Fillmore.
Oh no, they in the lottery.
Right.
So they not, you know what I'm saying? You get your ticket, you text the number, you put your name in the lottery. They still got to get picked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way, and we had a couple marks where like so we made it to where you can enter yourself, but your supporters can enter you too.
Oh, okay. So I'm
like,
gonna have to go ahead and support them.
Yeah.
Quick.
So if you get a ticket, you plan on coming to open gym, and it's an artist you really want to see get on stage. You text your confirmation to the number.
Okay.
And they ask you, are you an artist or a supporter? You say I'm a supporter. You say I want to see Art 23 and Born, and then boom, now another entry's under their name. It's a lottery, so the more
that's making it stronger for them.
It's a stronger chance for them.
Right.
But then we got certain marks to where you locked it in.
Right.
So if 30 people hit us up like, yo, we want to see them,
it's
locked
going,
in.
It's up.
You got your
it's
5-minute slot.
Right.
If 50 people hit us, you got a 10-minute slot.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I like how y'all doing that.
So it's like,
that.
It puts a little bit of
it's a reality to it.
It's reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to give everybody a chance, but like the fact of the matter is, I think we got 300 artists who entered. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, bro, you've really came a long way, man.
Yeah.
You got to give him a round of applause,
Yeah,
man.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just that's 7 days out. The biggest push is 3 to 4 days from the event. So we got 300 artists that want to get on Fillmore stage. Out of 300, I think like 15 to 20 have people that's entering their names.
Right.
And I think we got 3 artists that already locked in.
Okay.
30 plus people.
Do you mind giving those people up, or you just going?
I already told one of them, OCA Stacks, who has never been to Open Gym ever.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Never seen him promote, even getting on the Fillmore stage or nothing. But he got to it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't play around.
He ain't play no games.
Once he entered his name, people started. You know what I mean? So shout out to him, Miss Trini. You know what I'm saying? Sweezo's wife.
Okay.
Miss Trini, go-go singer, dope.
Did you start
R&B
off with
singer.
from the go-go?
Huh?
Did you start off from
No.
Okay.
It's all love, but that ain't my background. You know what I mean? Like, that ain't my background. But yeah, and we just got a couple other people that's close. You know what I'm saying? That's going definitely hit the mark. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and,
shout out to them. Shout out to them for making their mark already.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that really that get it. Cause for us, it's like we wanted the people to make a choice. Like, there's no guarantee you're gonna get on stage.
Right.
But you need to understand how big this is for us to even be here.
Exactly.
To be in this room. Like, Fillmore don't have independent artist showcases and open mics. Like, they don't have to do that. They don't do it.
No.
Live Nation does not do that. They don't have to do that. They're dealing with the top artists in the world.
Right.
Selling artists that pack out venues, have draw to
with
their
no
name.
problem.
With no problem. They don't have to deal with us. So the fact that they gave us this opportunity to show and prove, I'm trying to strike.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because now I want them to we gotta make sure we get Open Gym on the calendar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta make, because
because that's way more. I'm sorry to cut you off. This is way more than just a little event for them, though. If it strikes, because of how many people that
they
you're
already
bringing.
happy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because we got half of it filled up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they happy already.
So tickets are still on sale.
Yeah, tickets still on sale. Balcony sold out.
Where can you go to get a ticket for that?
LiveNation.com.
Okay.
And type in Open Gym, and we're gonna be on that Live Nation. Or you could go to our website, opengym.us. You know what I'm saying? And the balcony sold out, so you can't sit down. All the sit down VIP seats are gone. Shout out to everybody that's been working, but they gone. You know what I'm saying? Standing room only from here on out. Straight up.
That's what it is, though, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what it is.
And so it's a big deal, man, because like I said, we don't this tier of artistry doesn't get this opportunity to show and prove in these spaces.
Exactly.
Somebody got to give it to them, or they got to be a draw. If your name is drawing people to a venue like this, then you're gonna be there.
Right.
But for us to be in there and just have people sign up and be able to pick names out of a hat, or you know what I'm saying? Because even the 30 and 50 mark, that's 30 people out of a 1,200 person cap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
those 30 people are gonna fill the front of the guardrail.
Right,
Man,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like we made the mark so far away
Right.
that it was like, we made it doable. Like, yo,
Exactly.
30 people, we all got 30. Well, we don't all.
We
have
don't
it.
all, but
like,
if you popping,
if
you should have way more than that.
Right. If you popping, you should have more than that. Or if you work hard enough, you got
You'll
30
get that.
supporters. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, that's just a mark for you to know where you are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm really excited about this. And I'm just excited to get it done and everybody have a great time before the holidays, and then we bring it in the new year. This is the best way to end the 2022 year
Like shit.
that we've had. You know
Like
what I'm
shit.
saying? Like that's why I named it the biggest open gym ever.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
You have accomplished a lot already, and it's kind of crazy that you're just getting started.
We just like no big sponsorships, no big partnerships besides Live Nation's a huge partnership.
Right,
Like
right.
even for that, like it's
That's something you had to create.
Exactly. Like nobody came and gave us anything.
Right.
And even on the press tip, shout out to DC Now Events. You know what I'm saying? They're like, and my man, the Media Prince, they're the only people press wise and you know what I'm saying, who have wanted to showcase that and speak on that. You know what I'm saying? And like the fact that we already at half capacity without any of that other stuff, it just speaks a lot, you know what I'm saying, to like how powerful we can really be when we come together.
When we come together.
And really put our heads together on something and show and prove for ourselves. Like everybody will show up for if they like, oh, such and such executives coming to town.
Yeah.
Everybody will be there.
Exactly.
Or, this person's coming in and you're going to get the chance of a lifetime. This money get like all of that. People will show up. But when they see that people showed up for something homegrown, something where it was no low dangling fruit, no low hanging fruit, to try to entice everybody and all of that, it's really going to speak volumes to the industry. You know what I'm saying? And there's Fillmore's all over the country.
Right.
So this format can work
everywhere
in Charlotte and Texas and San Francisco.
That's what I'm telling you. I see the vision. I just had to do this so everybody else can see the vision, right? So
it's Open Gym USA for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because it's and once we do what we do in the USA, we're gonna have Open Gym International. Like you know what I'm saying? And the whole focus of it is to have a safe space for creatives to express themselves, to get together and build, and then not be none of that vulture-y and infused in it or any. I don't have no ulterior motives. I'm good. Whether this went well or not, I was going to be good with Live Nation. Right. I've already shown and proved.
Right.
I could walk into any venue in the city, any concert, anytime I want because of the work I put in.
Okay.
I'm opening it up so other people
can do it,
can have that opportunity. I'm trying to be a catalyst of, yes, you could be an artist, you could be a creative, but you can also put that work in and build in other ways, and people can know you for other things.
Right.
So they know what I do on the stage. Like everybody I've dealt with, it came from my artist past. I sold tickets as an artist. I made my impression on stage.
Okay.
So this all started from me being a hardworking artist. I just brought it over to the open gym world.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Even the people that started coming to open gym, they were my peers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They were my peers, artist wise. Like they.
So you really put in the work as an artist, and
that's
really,
where it started at.
Right.
And that's where it continues to grow at because, I think artist wise, it all depends on what you want to create. That's like, that makes you an artist. Like an artist made this building, made this table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Made these lights.
That's what I do.
To create, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I just started looking at this in a way of like, not only do I produce, rap, DJ, curate, it's like I could be creative about the opportunity too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what you remind me of. Yeah. I think you remind me of like a West Side Gun, how I feel about West, how he puts his tracks. I feel like that's how you are with your life and how you maneuver through it.
That's like one of the first people I was able to look at it'd be like, oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm
That's what you're
that's
doing.
what I'm doing.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? Because
right,
it ain't.
right.
You know, a lot of people call people like us, oh, you a jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly,
You ain't
exactly.
doing not one thing
Thing
good.
good. Right, right.
You
Nah.
just trying to do everything.
I used to hate that shit.
Yeah,
I
like,
used
you
to
know
hate
what I'm
that
saying?
shit.
And it's like, all right, cool. Like, I also believe in the thing of doing one thing right and getting known, but then, you know,
I can't help it that I
can't
like a
help
lot
who
of
I
shit,
am.
and
Yeah.
I'm good at a lot of
Yeah.
shit.
So I can't be boxed in. I can't box myself in if I try. I've tried to do all of those things at one time. They just work better for me when I do them
Right,
together.
right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? It takes longer, but it's just a bigger.
It's a bigger
It's a
reward.
bigger vision.
And if you really want to get technical, I mean, I'm looking for longevity. I feel like I had a lot of success and stuff really early to where it gave me a great glimpse of what I don't want. Right.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't need to go to the club every day and stand behind a broad or
Yeah,
do those
yeah,
things to
yeah.
feel successful.
Nah,
Like
nah.
I know
My
that.
experiences make me successful. Like when it's time to talk, and that's why I love doing these, because like sometimes I don't even know all of the stuff I got in me or experience wise until I'm able to speak on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just living, I'm just moving, I'm just doing.
Right.
So until I get to be able to speak on what I know and, you know, give advice and mentor and stuff like that, it's like, oh, damn, yo, you really have, you know what I'm saying, been through a lot that you can share and help others.
Exactly.
And, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I even feel with the Godfather album.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much on there that's going to, like, help people and put some perspective to things. You know what I'm saying? As a businessman, as a black man, as a son, as a father, you know what I'm saying? As a musician, like everything it's just a therapeutic. It's
Definitely
just
your best
everything.
work, yeah.
It's my best work for sure. To me,
Okay.
it's my best work.
Okay.
And I went back to my roots. You know, my roots are samples and soul music and stuff.
That's my favorite. That's why I love Griselda.
Everybody going, and I'm gonna call it already. I'm like, oh, you trying to sound like Griselda? And
If
it's
you
like,
are, bro, you already got
like,
the stamp
yeah,
from me.
but
You can do it.
For me, it's like, yeah, you know, I've been rapping as long, if not longer,
Right.
as they have. You know what I'm saying? I'm not far in age.
Right,
from them.
right. You're not. You're
And-
right on the same
Yeah,
level as
so
them.
it's like I make my shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
And if
right.
people really know my music, that's my foundation is hip hop, soul sample, break beat music. It's just that as the game started to change, I'm never not gonna be in the pocket of what's going on. So yeah, I can make some turn up shit too. I done raised and had the crowd mosh pitting and all that, and I could turn around and talk to them over soul sample. Like that's just me.
Right, right.
Y'all
right.
can't do that. I can't.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like
right.
that's just me. So
Right.
you know, it's just going. I can't wait to perform this music and roll it out and all of that. It's just going. You know, blouses is just a tip of the iceberg. Like, you know. So
Right, right. That's what it is.
yeah, man.
That's what it is. Before we get up out of here, man. Before we get out of here, I need some NatureBoi medicine for the world. You know.
Okay.
I need something you can give us that's gonna leave a good impression on us. Some good words you got. You know, to send us out of here with.
So I'm a hard. I believe in tough love.
Okay.
I think tough love is the best love.
Okay.
You know, we all need nurturing and coddling sometimes, but the best love is
That tough love.
that tough love. And I'm just gonna say, you know, based on what I've been through and what I see, like, just for people to know, man, nobody gonna save you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna come save you from your situation. Nobody's gonna come push you the way you need to be. Nobody owes you anything. You're not entitled to nothing. Nobody owes you anything. You know what I'm saying? What people do need to understand is that there's no such thing as no. It's just a not yet. You know what I'm saying? And you can get to whatever it is you want to achieve if you're willing to put the work in. And I know that part's cliche, but it's so real. Like,
Right.
you know, and if you feel like you're working and not getting nothing from it, you're not working hard enough.
Right.
Or you're not working smart enough.
Or you're not looking in the right places.
Yeah, or you got to get more education before you start doing. You got to find out what type of learner you are, what type of consumer you are. You know what I'm saying? Some of these situations that you want to be in and be a part of, maybe go put yourself in the mix. You know what I'm saying? People say to me all the time, well, Nature, how do you get shows so much? Or how do I go to shows, nigga. Simple.
You want to know how you do it?
Just
do it.
Yo, for real, like, and people think it's some science to it or some, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to know how to do this shit? Go put yourself very close to it and start looking around and start fucking taking notes mentally, whatever. And just, you know what I'm saying? Like, people like, how you meet this person? How you meet that? I go to where the fuck they at. How do you meet?
That's exactly how I look at
show
it.
production and how do you meet these people? Well, where they gonna be at? They're not gonna be at your crib or with your niggas smoking. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna be with shorty that you keep chasing. Go put yourself in the mix. Go get a fucking job at a venue and watch them be walking around you and then do your, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm living proof of that.
So yeah, like, it's just,
I'm living proof of that.
It's just like, man, put yourself in the places that you want to be. Nobody's gonna save you. You're not. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody asks for anything it is that you're trying to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you fill a void that the world know they don't need. You know what I'm saying? Or that the world didn't know that they need, rather.
Right.
And you live in your purpose. Stop copying people. Stop. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be influenced by others, but use your own thing. Stick to it when everybody telling you crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Don't look outward. Look inward. You know what I'm saying? Because I promise you, everything you need is right.
within.
It's right here, or it's not far from you. Everything we need is right there. It's just we so busy looking out there.
Right.
Thinking that it's so far and out of reach. But all your resources God provides. God works through people. God works through messages. You know what I'm saying? Utilize that, what you have. Make it rich. Flip it. Reverse it. Whatever you got to do.
Right.
But learn what's right around here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know, I'm sorry if that wasn't. That's like the hard medicine. That's like nasty ass cherry NyQuil. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah. That's what they need.
Yeah,
because that's my favorite form of love.
Yeah, tough love, man.
Period.
You
that's
know,
how I was raised.
Yeah.
I don't have no choice but to love it because that's what
Rest
I was
in peace
raised
to my
in.
mother, she was the toughest.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying? She was the toughest, and like, you know, I didn't understand it, but I never questioned it or fought it. But like now, I get it because now I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tell everybody else. Like, I'm not going to cover no shit up with no sugar and tell you it's cake. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't cake. It's hard.
Yeah, it is.
Niggas hating on you.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? People see you getting here. They pulling the finish line away from you. Everything. If you black, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Just know the cards you dealing with and put your gloves on and get to fighting. You know what I'm saying? Fight for what you want.
Right.
And listen to God, because God is always going to put what needs to be around you. Maybe not what you want to hear or what you think it should be all the time, but everything you need be right there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to pay attention, cut the distractions out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. I think that's my medicine, man. I think that's the big dosage.
Hey, y'all, that was the best. This is the best show ever. The best show ever I provided to y'all. Yeah. I appreciate you, man. I need this to be on camera as well. I really appreciate you,
man.
Like, seriously, man. You don't know what you mean to the city. Like you said, the mentor. You don't need a name to actually be a mentor.
Man, you can start right around you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. When you open your eyes, you start to see how much you really have. You know, like, to the person that's shooting this right now, he opened his eyes and he started getting on those beats. And once he got on those beats, I feel like Shooting Arrow is definitely up next.
Oh yeah,
you know, he has a certain vibe with him that he can sell, and it's not easy. It's not hard to do that.
Yeah.
So when you see what you got, you just gotta utilize it.
Stick with it, man. You know, and that's another thing I want, part of the medicine too. Stop hopping out the motherfucking ship so early. You know what I'm saying? Like, stick with your shit. You know, there's so many things I wish I would have stuck with that'll be, you know, fruitful today.
Exactly.
But it's like, you know, I got a couple things I did stick with. Like, stick with your shit. Stop being so quick to hop everywhere and put your eggs in all these different baskets. Like, it's okay to put your eggs all in one basket. Protect that basket.
Right.
That basket, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, like, you know, all this hopping around, leg in here, leg out. If you don't really commit to nothing, that's yourself, really. If you don't really commit to anything, then
That's on
you're
you.
not really getting no traction with anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very important, man, to stick with what you believe in and listen to God, because God gonna tell you Allah, Jah, you know what I'm saying, the universe, whoever it is you follow, like just listen, man. It's right there. Everything's right there.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
That was the medicine for the day from NatureBoi himself.
Ready.
We about to wrap it up, man. I appreciate everybody that tuned in on the live. If you wasn't on the live, this will be coming out real soon. Thank you for support of Culture Cast Network. Thank you to everybody that supports me on the daily. Thank you to everybody that shows me love on the daily. Thanks for NatureBoi stopping by and giving all of these gems to us in this time right before the Live Nation Fillmore.
The biggest.
It couldn't have been better. We signing out.